Trey Van Camp may have just created the perfect church website. In this video, I'm going to share with you the website. If you haven't already seen it already, some of the things that I'm seeing that's working really well that others haven't talked about yet, as well as something that I want to encourage some of the small church leaders that are frustrated if they can't have a site like this. I want to give you some hope and some encouragement. And if it makes you feel better, I even got something to point out that is like an extreme. It's actually something small churches shouldn't do that they do, and they do it well, but I wouldn't recommend the average small church to do it. I'm going to speak on all of that. I'm going to try to do it in about 10 to 15 minutes. I apologize. Will you stick with me if I go long past 10 minutes? There's so much to unpack here. There is so much I want to point out that many small churches can get inspired from and take away for their own website. So stick with me. Like the video if you like this video. Subscribe if you want more videos like this about your church website. If we haven't met, my name is Justin Nava, a founder of Nava Church Marketing. I want to see churches become better known in their community, and websites like Passion Creek Church's site is helping their church do that. I can see God in their church. I can see God in their church on their website, and I want to help you do the same. When someone comes to your church website, they should be compelled to connect with your community so they can be discipled. And I have a free training down below on the YouTube description, how to turn website visitors to in-person guests. This is free, no sign up, no pay. Just go down there and watch the video. You can see my exact process to do something similar to what Passion Creek Church has been doing. So the link is down below. Watch this first, and if you like it and you want to learn how to do it yourself, video down below is going to get you most of the way there. So Passion Creek Church, this got on my radar because Brady Shearer put out an email that was like, hey, this is the best small church website. I'm going to take it a step further and say is pretty much near perfect as can be. I can imagine Trey, which if you're not subscribed to him, go subscribe to him on YouTube. He's a great follow on YouTube. I imagine that he might be like the, is it the Amish that never make a perfect rug? They always leave like one thread undone because they believe only God can be perfect. But I will call this the perfect small church website. Now, it's very easy to get lost in the beautiful design. And that's what many people are talking about. And the design is important. But not only that, the design works because there's content here. If Passion Creek Church, and I'm saying they're not, but if they were a false gospel, false teacher, feel good, motivational church, their website with this same design would not be getting the amount of attention and the amount of praise, both for Trey, his team, and for God for equipping them and guiding them and giving his wisdom in how to build their church website. None of that would matter if there was no gospel in the website, if there was no mission in the website. So none of that would matter. So I want to make sure we're all on the same page. The design is important, but it is not what makes this the best or the perfect small church website. It is a combination of the two. It is the entire puzzle. You don't solve a puzzle when you have a few missing pieces. You don't say, all right, we're done. We're just missing a few pieces. No, you say the puzzle's not done. We're missing a few pieces. Trey and their team has created all the pieces here. They've put together all the pieces to give you a great first impression of the church and to nurture you into taking a next step, which is exactly what this website should do. So on first notice, I'm gonna say this right now, and Trey can disagree with me on this. Brady can disagree with me on this. I'm a realist, a pragmatist to a fault. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, the average small church is not going to be resourced well enough to make a site exactly as great as this one. God has blessed Passion Creek with Trey and certain leaders to have the talent and skills and time and history and upbringing to make something like this. And so if you find yourself frustrated, you're like, this church, this small church, which I don't know how big they are. I'm going to guess between 75 and 150. God willing, much more than that as time goes on. Just from the pictures, that's what I can see. If you're a church of that size and you're like, man, I've been working on this for a year, 3 years, I can't do it. Don't get frustrated. We're here to help you. People like Trey, go get his Plan a Visit playbook. People like me in my videos, people like Brady and his trainings. Look, we're all here to help you. But what I want you to walk away is don't get frustrated that you can't do this. Every church is uniquely equipped to uniquely reach a unique group of people. God has uniquely equipped Passion Creek with Trey to make a website like this with the experience and the know-how and the resolve to make this. If you are frustrated with that, let me tell you, it's like getting frustrated that another church has more chairs than you. It's like getting frustrated that another pastor has a better accent. They don't preach with an accent. I have too much of it. Guys, it's all tools in service of the kingdom. All right. And the website is not what brings people to church. The Spirit is what calls people to God. The website is just the validation. It removes the obstacles and makes it easy for people to connect, to be discipled. All right. So don't feel like, if you're falling short on this, don't feel like you're like, well, I just can't even, I shouldn't even try. Don't get that out of your mind. I'm going to share with you some of the things that you can do on any website that he's doing really well. So yes, the design is great. Let's go past the design, because so much of what makes this website work well is not related to the design. Any church with any design on any platform. Okay. He keeps talking about I think they're using WordPress with some kind of theme. I don't know. We're not a WordPress user. We're not a WordPress agency. I don't know anything about that. You can make a site. It may not be one-to-one copy, but you can make a site like this in Subsplash, in Tithely, in Churchco, in Squarespace, and you can have something just as beautiful. You may not have the exact word ticks. You may not have the exact animations, okay? But you can still have an impactful, kingdom-honoring, guest-generating website that brings people to your church to be discipled so they can hear the gospel, no matter what platform you use. Okay. This is not platform dependent. I think Trey will agree with me on that. So, and by the way, Trey, when you watch this, because I know you're going to watch this, because I'm going to bother you till you do, come on my Best Known Church show and let's talk about your process and all that stuff. So let's talk about what's really working with this site. Okay. First of all, the content. There is no other church website that has content like this. All right. This is what I keep, and Trey is practicing what I preach. Not that he learned it from me. Every church is uniquely equipped to uniquely reach a unique group of people. So your website needs to speak uniquely to your church. No one else is saying our passion is to make, not attenders, disciples who reorient their life. I've never heard that before, never seen that before. I've looked at thousands of church websites. Yes, there's thousands. And no one is talking like this, just like no one is preaching their preachers' sermons. No one is putting together exact worship sets like their worship team. No one is speaking like this on their website, which shows me when I land here, it tells me and your other guests, potential guests, there's something different here. Throw out everything you knew about church, because this one is not like anything you've ever experienced. That is the key to having a successful church website that people will want to actually invest more into. Okay. So again, and this answers the question I always ask. What is the one thing, if people forget everything about your church, what is the one thing you want them to know? This is that answer. That's your headline. So I love this. It's great. The design is great. All that. Fantastic. Okay. The monocolor, I love mono. I'm a huge fan of monocolor designs. I think we get too pretty with different designs. I love that we're just sticking with just like a handful of colors. And the way they do that, by the way, if you ever have more than one button, the one you want people to click should be a solid color. The one that's a secondary option, like maybe you're not ready for that, but maybe you can do this, should be hollow or transparent in the background. Okay. So if you can't do transparent, make it the same color as the background. All right. That's what you want. And most of this is tailored to getting people to take an action. Okay. Now this, I would say, join us Sundays at 9:15. I'm not sure people would inherently know this is a button, but that's okay. That's a small thing. Most older people may not click this. The younger people will, because we understand that this is a button. But many older people, surprisingly to me, based on analytics and what people have told me, they don't click on this because they don't know it's a button. This is great. So start here. This is, I don't know if he's following the StoryBrand framework or just, general guidance. Step 1, step 2, step 3. When I come to this church, I know what they're going to expect of me. There's so much anxiety for potential guests. What's it going to be like? What do I need to know? What are they going to ask me? Are they going to ask me for money? Are they going to ask me to join a small group? Are they going to ask me to get baptized? This tells me exactly what I need to know. The first thing is just come on Sundays. All right. The second thing is, hey, come party with the pastors. Okay. That also leans more young, which will naturally attract more young people. I know a lot of small churches would not use language like this because the leaders, elders wouldn't like that. Hey, that's a church problem, not a website problem. It's not even a problem. That's a church issue, not a website issue. But if you have that, use it here. All right. And then step 3, growth track. It lets me know kind of like what I'm expected to do if I connect with this church. That is also going to increase your stick rate, which means the number of people coming back. Because if I can get people coming to plan a visit to come to church, and they know we're going to ask them to party with the pastors the month following or whenever they have it, it is going to increase the likelihood that they're going to come to that. So we're not just generating first-time guests; we're generating people who are looking to connect with us intentionally. So I love that. Sunday gathering. This is more information about the church. I like this. A lot of people say you got to put the address at the top. You don't necessarily have to do that. They kind of do it here in the button. Sundays at 9:15 at Queen Creek Junior High. It definitely belongs on the top of the plan a visit page or the I'm new next steps page. Doesn't necessarily need to be at the top of the homepage. Again, we want to encourage people to get an impression of the church so they can make that decision to plan a visit. And then we've got a couple secondary calls to actions. Now, this church has a lot going on. So this makes sense for this church. A lot of small churches may not have as many things going on. They may have some groups, they may not. And then especially when we come through here, they have upcoming events. So they definitely have upcoming events to showcase on the homepage. Many churches don't. And so what I often see for small churches is they say upcoming events, and there's like one or two things. That's boring. It looks like all eyes are going to be on me because there's just not much going on. And so if I'm new to one of the few events, I'm going to be sticking out like a sore thumb. So a lot of small churches will put upcoming events like this, and they don't have something to fill it. Since Passion Creek does have quite a few upcoming events, they can fill that. They can have that here, and I think that's fantastic. So this is fine. This is the trap that a lot of small churches will fall into: is they try to have everything a large church has on their website, but they don't have the means to fill it with stuff. So same thing here. Here's stories about the practices from people like you. This is cool. I guess it goes to their podcast or okay, so this is just like a stats page. I thought it would go to like a podcast. Yeah, so that's a little bit of a breakdown. I'm not sure what I'm looking at there. Let me go back to this page. So small churches, other small churches that are really just doing service and maybe like one event a month, just get people to the service, just focus on that service, just like he did right here. So we're introducing people to the church, and we're telling them about Sundays. We're telling them about Sundays and what to expect. We're telling them about Sundays. Okay. Believe me, just like you didn't realize you were told about Sunday so many times as I went through this website or this homepage, they're not going to realize it either. As you build the page, you're going to be like, I'm telling them about Sundays too much. And I'm telling you, when you think that, they're just now getting it. So if you're a regular small church and you're like, man, we don't have as much stuff going on, that's okay. Just focus on Sundays. All right. So coming up close on time here, I got to make a call soon. Let me go to the plan a visit page. So that goes to here. Let's see. Do we have a plan a visit page, or are we just going to, here we go, Sundays. Okay. So I don't like putting if you have a plan a visit form, I think this is fine, which by the way, notice it's not a tax form. You're not asking for where I live. You're not even I'm not even required to put my phone number, just my name and email. That's fine. That's good. Okay. We don't need to get everyone's information all at once before they even show up. That's why people aren't filling out your plan of visit form. Guaranteed, this plan of visit form gets more people submitting than one that has an address or most of them that I see. But I also don't recommend having plan your visit here on the homepage. I would put it here on the Sundays page. Okay. We've got the video here. I believe Trey has a video on how to make a video. He has a training on how to make a video like this. So I think this is great. I think more small churches need this. And again, it doesn't have to be as hip and cool and stuff. I know they're using the cool, I don't know what that is, Futura Italic. And this is great. So he's calling out the audience. Hey, I know you're moving in. We're a growing place. You're looking for a church. If that's you, and we want to show you what to expect. He's calling out the person. I feel seen. I feel understood. I will watch the video. This again is not so much. Your plan of visit page is not about you. It's about what the person can expect from you. So they're the focus, not you. Does that make sense? And then I'm assuming this goes to the church center page. That's where the plan of visit form should be. Let's see, location and time, stuff for the kids. Yeah, this is all great. FAQs, this is plan a visit page 101 to a T. So I think this is, and I love this, that we kind of have stuff here that you can go into more. This is what I'm talking about, the binging content. So I can kind of go through here and I can just continue to binge content about the church and about everything else. So this is fantastic. I would expect to see something here at the bottom. They kind of got stuff here that I can keep coming. So now the one warning I want to I want to make, because this is something that obviously they are very well equipped for and they can handle, but I would not recommend to most small churches. They're using a very large, what we call software stack, meaning they're using a lot of different tools. I believe they're using WordPress for their website and whatever theme. Okay. They're using, I don't know what this is. They've got Nucleus here for the chat. They've got Planning Center that they're probably using for their CMS, and through that they're using their plan a visit form. And if you go back to the homepage, I noticed they're using Subsplash for their events. So this is so it's a lot of. I'm guessing they use Subsplash for their app. I'm guessing. This looks like Subsplash. I'm pretty sure it's Subsplash based on the link. So it's a lot. Right. I don't even like managing Subsplash and Planning Center. Like, just pick a lane. I don't even like doing, if I'm doing Subsplash, I'm going to use their website. If I'm using Nucleus, I'm going to use their website. So obviously you're hindered, and Trey and the team wanted to have more design customization and control. And that comes with a commitment of time and also a commitment that you have the experience to do that. So highly recommend. Don't think you need a tech stack just as large as theirs. I mean, already on their website, they're using 4 softwares to get the experience that you're getting. Most small churches don't have the time, nor should you find the time to do that. So don't, I was kind of curious if this is a picture or not. Oh, this whole thing is a button. Okay, cool. So there might be some SEO stuff, but I think the rest of the site is so optimized, it's not going to kill the SEO. But always recommend having just text at the top. It's easy for Google to read, see what the site is, and recommend you when people are searching for churches. And I'm sure it's all optimized for that stuff. So it is that's my one warning. Don't look at this and say, well, I got to get all 4 of these things. I got to get a Subsplash app and then use their events, and then get Planning Center and plan a visit, and then the new. Don't freak out about all that stuff. Use what you have, but take away the thing here. The content is what makes this work. The design simply supports the content. Okay. Make it simple to take a next step. And yeah, everything they say, it's backed up by images, by photos. Yes, it's worth it. Hire a photographer, come take good photos. And also notice their photos aren't generic church photos. Okay. They've got pictures of worship, pictures of happy, smiling people, pictures of happy, smiling kids. I mean, this is when you talk about the Christian life, you don't just talk about worship service. You talk about living in fellowship and community and worship and sacrifice and living with other and faith and community. And that's what I see here. I see discipleship and disciples. I don't see attendance. So anything you say about your church, you need to back it up with photos. And that's exactly what they do here. So love this. Also, don't be afraid. You notice they repeated some photos. They got the baptism photo here in the header, and then they also use it here. Don't be afraid. If you don't have a large archive of photos, don't be afraid to repeat photos. I can't tell you how many times we repeat photos and clients are like, oh, you use this photo on this page and you're using it again. It's fine. Don't be worried about that. So thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me. If you like this and you want to have a website similar to this, you can follow, and I don't think Trey's been through it, but if you did, awesome. Go to my Turn website visitors to in-person guest link down below, jump right into it, start watching it. It's a 40-minute training walking you through my entire process. And at the end, if you implement everything that I say, you can have a website that looks very similar to like this. We don't talk about design. We talk about the building, the content, the construction of the site, but you can have sites similar to this that will increase website visitors to in-person guests by at least 3 times. That's the average number that we see. So I guess I shouldn't say at least, on average 3 times. But hey, if you even get a 1% to 2% increase, that compounds a lot over time. So God bless you guys. Thank you for watching. Like this video if you like this video. Subscribe if you want more videos like this, and I will see you all in the next video. God bless.